architecture projects only. Easy to deploy, right? All together in single jar or WAR file. Easy to manage, easy to scale. Okay. Performing unit testing easy because all are together. Okay. Network problems are very less because all are together. And debugging and logging is very easy because all are together. And getting complete grip on project is possible. It's easy to get this one. What's the difference between logging and auditing? Keeping track of application flow is logging. Keeping track of user activities is called auditing. For auditing also logging only required, guys. For auditing also logging only required. Are you getting my point there? Super. A use case of logging is nothing but auditing. A use case of logging is nothing but what? Auditing. Okay, next one. Cons. Con means constraints. For small and tiny changes in one or two services or modules or layer, we need to redeploy the whole application by alerting the end user when application is in what? Production. When application is in production. What do you say, guys? Application will not work for these many hours. One bug or issue in one module or service or project may affect what? Other service or module. This indicates these apps are not reliable. Sometime application will shut down, providing what? No services to client. Am I audible, guys? Am I loud and clear? Check everyone. Soumyasri are good. Soumyasri, problem is your side, please check. Yeah. One problem, one bug in one module. It will affect other modules or not there. Okay. Fine. Next one. Adding new technologies or concepts or framework in the existing project as part of enhancement is very complex or not there. Sometimes we will be forced to redesign the whole project or not there, guys. We'll be forced to redesign whole project. Listen, all the services or module of the project must be developed in what? Same programming language. So more programmers of certain language is required or not. Let us assume I have a big project that needs 100 programmers. So I have, but in my Java team of the company is 50 only. Another 50 I have to recruit or not there. Sir, anywhere the problem is there in microservice, na? Microservice means each service is separate project and each service is web service. And web service can be developed in any language, na? All important services of microservice architecture, I develop using Java, using existing 50 programmers. The remaining unimportant services I can develop in Python. Yeah, because once web service integration is possible, right? So this problem is addressed in microservice. That's why it is looking like a problem in what? Monolith architecture. Project needs 100 programmers of Java means must be arranged. In microservice, service can be implemented either in Java or in .NET or in Python or in X or in Y or in Z. Important services I develop in Java. Unimportant services, I will take the free programmers of Python, free programmers of JavaScript, free programmers of what? .NET. I will make them to develop in their languages. I can utilize the people like anything or not there. Okay, because I have seen one microservice architecture having 140 plus services. I worked on nearly 1.5 hours. Still, I feel I have not get the total grip on the project. Because those many services means what? Definitely. More reason is only 70-80 microservices are there in Java. Remaining all are there in what? Other languages. Why they have opted? Because arranging those many Java programmers by recruiting new people, by keeping existing Python or what other people in idle state is really meaningless, right? This is the one place people have understood the importance of microservice architecture, especially for large scale projects. Yes, my dear, come on, everyone getting my point there or not? If number of services are increased in the project, then maintenance towards what? Bug fixing, redeployment also takes a lot of time. While working with web server or application server, this may cause increasing application or project downtime or not there. Super. We cannot sell certain service or modules of one project to clients as needed. We cannot really sell. Someone like only our payment module. Can I give them to someone? No, all are integrated, na? All are together, right? Can you separately give them? If it is microservice architecture, every service is a project. That project can be independently delivered or not there. Since we cannot create service instance only for entire application, not for each module, number of not for certain service or module of the project, then lot of memory and CPU time wastage will be there as shown below. Lot of memory and CPU time wastage will be there as shown below. Are you getting my point there or not there, guys? So monolith is nothing but monolithic. Listen, guys. We can create instances for whole project, not for the modules. Because all are together. Na? We can create instances for whole project. You have gone to a mess kind of environment. You can replicate full meals, but can you replicate only one curry, one rice item kind of thing? No. Whole things you can replicate. You can create multiple number of full meals, right? Are you getting my point there? So whole project only you can create instance because all together single jar file or single var file. So the problem of creating number of instances for whole project is going to give lot of CPU time wastage and memory wastage. Lots of CPU time wastage and what? Memory wastage. Shall we start understanding it, guys? Monolithic project or application Flipkart. Total how many modules are there? 6. Search service, searching the product. Order service, selecting the product. Return and replacement service, cart service, tracking service, reward service. Total how many are there, guys? Total how many are there? I want reply, my dear. Okay. Total how many are there? 6 are there. Agree with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Monolithic project or what this? This is what? Var file. Total project or application size is what? 120 MB. 6 into 20, 120 MB. But now I'm asking question. Sir, all modules will be equally used, or certain module will have more flow, certain module will have less flow or not there. Searching, more demand. Ordering, more demand. Billing also more demand. But return and replacement, less demand. Yes, na boss. Rewards also less demand. Compared to ordering, search is more and more demand. Compared to ordering, billing is having less demand, right? But you are replicating whole project. That means you are wasting the memory of other modules also, boss. Check it out. How many instances of replot I have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 120 MB? 480, right? 480 memory we are using. But let us assume in this instance, more 50 requests to cart service, 50 requests to search service. 100 requests to search, 100 requests to order. 50 to cart service, 50 to search service. 100 to cart service, 50 to request tracking, 40 to what? Request search service. Right, guys? What's happening, guys? What's happening? Am I audible or not? Please notice. Am I audible or not? Then why are you raising hands, guys? Okay, fine. That's good. Please go ahead. 120, 120, 120, 120. Lots of 120s are there or not there? 120, 120, 120, 120. Am I creating instances for modules, a whole project? But in each instance, am I using all modules or particular modules on? Yes, no. We are using all module, but more demand is there for particular modules, right? Let us assume in this instance, remaining modules are not used. Only cart service and search service module is used. Here also search and order. Here cart and what? Search. Here what? Cart, search and request tracking. What is it? Tracking service, guys. Okay, how much memory we are using here? 480 MB. How many requests we are handling? 100, 400, sorry, 300, 400, 500, 590. So we are using 480 MB memory. How many requests we are able to handle, guys? 590. Each instance, let us assume how many requests they can take? 250. Let us assume 250 is the maximum thing I have kept, right? So max capacity is how much? 1000 maximum. Currently, how many requests it is handling, boss? 590. What is the load factor? What's the load factor? Current load by max load are not there. It is called current load by max load are not there, guys. Super, guys. This is what we need to focus are not there. Here, instances are created for the whole project or not. Instances are created for the whole project. Everyone getting my point or not? Yeah. Since we are creating service instance for the whole total project or application, we are wasting memory in each service instance through. We are not using some services of each service instance. Okay. So we are not using some services of each service instance. Every time, in every instance, every module we are using, no. But we are still wasting memory for them or not there. For example, in the first instance, I am using only 2 modules. That means 40 MB. But I am creating instance for whole 120 MB are not there. So 120 minus 40. Okay, if we keep aside, 80 MB memory got wasted or not there. 80 MB memory got wasted or not wasted, guys? Okay. Let us assume we are able to create separate project or application for every service or module. For every service or module. Okay. Indirectly microservice architecture. You feel every service is a separate project. Let us assume microservice. Okay. Indirectly microservice architecture. Total, how many projects are there? 6. Each one allocates how much memory? 20 MB. But now these are part of single project or individual projects. Okay, more demand is there for whom? Search, cart, order. I will try to create more instances for that. Less demand is there for whom? Tracking and replacement. So I will create less instances. Very, very less means I will manage with one instance. More demand is there, 1 to instance. More and more instances. Okay, accordingly here, according to previous requirement, what we analyze? Okay, here cart and search, here search and order, here cart and search. Okay, here what? Search cart. So cart and search is having a lot of demand or not there. So I am trying to create more instances for that. Check it out. Search, cart, order, return and reverse, reward service. Reward service. And I will try to create one instance for tracking service also now, boss. Tracking is already there. Okay. One instance for tracking service also I created. Okay, now tell me, how many instances are created? Those many 20 MBs. Such service 3 times, 3 into 20. Whole project memory wasted, only certain module related service are created. Okay, if you sum up all the sum sounds wise, okay, here how many? 5. Here how many? 5. 5 into 20. Sorry, 5, 10 into 20. How much memory? 200 MB memory. How much memory? And each instance is a separate project. Each can handle 250 requests, na? 100 into 250, 2500 max request I can handle. Currently, it is might be handling how many? 300, 500, 550, come on, 650, 700, 770, 820, 850, 870. Currently, it is handling how many requests, guys? 870. Max, it can handle how much? 25,000, 2500, right? But total memory it is consuming is how much? 200. That means compared to last time, memory consumption is less. Max load is also increased. And current number of requests also increased. It means load factor good, but less memory is used. So it is a good solution. That is a good solution. Simple reason was company launched one product. Okay. Some shampoo kind of thing. They kept the condition. You have to purchase only in liters. We don't sell in what? Sachets. Will there be any success for the product, guys? Will not be there. There will not be any kind of success for that. Because 1 liter shampoo, premium shampoo, they said, okay, 2000 rupees. Who will go and put 2000 rupees at a time? No one will. If they release shampoo in the form of sachets, right? 10 ml, 15 ml, by keeping price of 10 rupees, okay, 15 rupees. So people try to have a trial at least. If they really like that, then they will purchase more sachets or they will try to purchase liters, na boss. Same thing here also, na. So there, what's the problem? It is using 480 MB memory, but what is the max load it can take? 4 into 250,000 only. But it is using how much memory here? 200 only. But how much max load it can take? 2500. Why? Their project is replicated. Here, modules are treated as separate project. Modules are replicated as instances. This is microservice architecture. To tell this only, I introduced load factor, max load, horizontal scaling, vertical scaling. So many terminologies I introduced in boss. Main reason of explaining this scenario, explaining this use case. At least now you clearly understood why monolith is bad. More memory, more CPU time, but able to handle less number of requests, giving less max load, right? But microservice architecture says what? Less memory, less CPU time, but can handle what? More number of requests, having maximum, more and more max load. Having what? More and more max load. What do you say, guys? This kind of application development in monolith architecture is possible, but very complex to implement and manage. To overcome this problem, we have to go for what? Microservice architecture. We definitely need to go for what, guys? Okay, microservice architecture. We definitely need to go for what? Microservice architecture. Convinced, my dear? Come on, everyone. Okay, total how many architecture addressed, guys? One is monolith. Second one is what? SOA. Third one is microservice. Shall we start understanding SOA architecture? Nothing but service oriented architecture. Okay, guys. You want to write shortcut? Mono, SOA, MS. Not MS means MS Dhoni Babu. Okay. He's the one person who got lot of crazy even after retirement. Though he's not doing well, right? Hmm. SOAP-based web services fall under what? SOA, service-oriented architecture. RESTful web services fall under what, guys? Producer-consumer mechanism. Microservice architecture is enhancement of what? Producer-consumer mechanism, where we develop each microservice as what? RESTful application. But SOA is nowhere related to RESTful web service. SOA is nowhere related to what? Microservice. SOA means SOAP-based web services. What is the link between web service and microservice? Microservices are extension of web service, especially RESTful web service. In fact, each microservice will be developed as one RESTful web service, adding other facilities. Microservice architecture says develop every service as one RESTful service or API and integrate them using what? Various tools and design patterns of microservice. Various tools and design patterns of what? Microservice. Microservice application is equal to multiple RESTful services, design pattern plus third party tool. Every service is developed as one RESTful web service. To integrate them, we use a lot of design patterns and what? Third party tool. Anyhow, we will in launch microservice exclusively. Let's put our energy on what? Okay, let's put our energy on what? SOA. Let's put our energy on SOA. Okay. Industry seriously calls SOA. You know, don't say S4A, they say SOA architecture one. Industry creates pronunciation out of abbreviations. You don't believe, huh? Okay. There is a WSDL document, WSDL document. They call it as WSDL doc. They don't say WSDL, they say WSDL. In RESTful also, we can get one document called WADL earlier days, not nowadays. WADL. They call it as WADL document. WSDL, WADL. There are some, they create a pronunciation out of abbreviations. Got it? Okay. This architecture is given to get communication between two applications that are developed in two different technologies, running from two different machines using register and discover concept. In SOAP-based web services, every service should be registered with UDD and registry are not there. SOAP-based web services like JAX, WS, Axis, Apache, CFX, etc., CGA links, web methods, TIPCO, and etc. are given as what? Implementation of SOA design. SOAP-based web services, CGA links, web methods, TIPCO. All these are implementations of what, guys? SOA architecture. SOA is a design that provides certain architecture with principle to get communication between what? Two incompatible application. To get communication between two incompatible application. Two incompatible application. Three components of what? SOA. Service provider, service consumer. Are you understanding? Service registry. Are you getting my point there or not there? Okay. There are three things, guys. Let's see what's happening here. Service provider means service code. Service consumer means client code. And all these things will be registered in service registry or not. Publish, find, bind. These are the three concepts that are there in SOA architecture. Super, guys. Service provider develop the service provider and will publish the service to service registry or not there. Service consumer contacts the service registry and get the WSDL document having information about that service or not there. And using that information, you will develop the consumer application. This consumer application will send request to provider. Their logic execute will get the results as a response. This is technically called bind operation or not. Very simple. As a faculty, I kept myself ready with what? Course content, course knowledge, course material. Okay. Then I published those details to Naresh IT. Naresh IT is service registry, myself is a provider, and you are the consumer. You contact Naresh IT. From there, you get my course brochure. Using them, you make yourself ready to attend the classes. That is find operation. What I did is what? Publish operation. And once you and me are ready, we join in one club batch, and you request, I deliver response. You give request, I deliver response. So bind operation is happening or not? Okay. The integration layer code of service provider is called skeleton logic. The integration layer code of consumer is called what? Stub logic. The stub and skeleton logic actually interacts with each other in application to application interaction. Okay. Yeah, same old soap-based web service, guys. That's why same old concept, same thing. Soap-based web service means SOA architecture. Advantages of what? SOA. What is there? Advantages of what? SOA. SOA is nothing but what, guys? SOAP-based architecture. SOA is nothing but what? SOAP-based architecture. Interoperability. We can develop the provider and consumer application either in same technology or in what? Different technologies. Either in same technology or in what? Different technology. Either in same technology or in what? Different technologies. Advantages of what? SOA. Interoperability. Come on. We can develop the provider and consumer applications either in what? Same technology or in different technologies. Either in same technology or in what? Different technologies. Easy maintenance. Any change in provider application, we just need to update the service registry and need not to inform all the consumers because consumers can collect the changes from service registry. See, any change in my course curriculum, any change in my availability of timing, Do I need to inform to all the new students? If I can inform to Naresh IT, they will update you people, right? Suppose I want to add one extra topic in the course. I want to delete one old topic from the course. So do I need to inform to you people, or if I can update Naresh IT, from there you will collect or not there? So that is what they are talking, right? Keep some real life example in mind. It is easy to understand. We can develop quality code is guaranteed. Since we can develop provider application in our choice technology, we can give quality provider application or not there. I'm comfortable in Java. I develop provider application in Java. Someone is comfortable in .NET. He can develop quality provider application in .NET or not there. Is there any condition? Everything should be there in same language. Consumer and provider should be there in same language. No. As a Java guy, I prefer developing Java code. So if I can develop provider application in Java, definitely it will give a lot of quality or not there. Scalable. We can add more parallel servers or instances for provider application for giving what? Better service to more consumers and their request are not there. Okay. We can add more parallel servers or instance. For provider application, we can create more instances. Horizontal scaling kind of thing. Come on. Reliable. Since SOA mechanism is involving the service registry, we can maintain our distributed application and what? Reliable and stable state. Hey, listen, producer consumer directly talking to each other. All of a sudden, producer guy, consumer can do anything or no. Between both, some mediator is there. Then some reliability will be there or not. Some reliability will be there or not there. See, between you and faculty, Naresh IT is not there. You want directly communication. You are completely dependent on faculty only, na? When Naresh ID is there, if faculty gives health issues or some other issues, they can arrange other faculty for completing the content or not there. That kind of reliability, stability will be there in learning process or not for. Okay. Disadvantages, guys. High cost. It needs a lot of manpower, technology, infrastructure support for developing what? SOA applications. What applications, guys? For developing SOA applications, lot of manpower, infrastructure is required or not required? Okay, guys. Lot of manpower. Okay. It needs a lot of manpower, technology, infrastructure support for developing what? SOA application. Next one, XML utilization. Suppose only XML based data exchange, which is fading out day to day. Data exchange is possible through XML or not there. Super. High bandwidth of internet is what required. Since service registry service providers will be placed in what? Different location. We definitely need a good bandwidth of internet connection. Good bandwidth of what? Internet connection. To overcome all these problems, prefer using what? Microservice architecture. What architecture, guys? To overcome all these problems, take the support of what? Microservice architecture. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. So microservice architecture, extension to RESTful web service model. I think you got the understanding of SOA. Okay, now main boss. What is there? Microservice architecture. Already you got a basic idea. What is the basic idea? Each service is separate RESTful web service. Later we integrate them using different design patterns and third-party tools. Later we integrate them by using what? Different design patterns and third-party tools. Got it, guys? Come on. In this architecture, every service or module will be developed as what? separate project or application having connection with other services or module. 20 services means 20 projects. That to 20 RESTful web services. Later they will be integrated with by taking support of what? Lot of third-party tools and design patterns. It is a decoupled architecture of single project because multiple services or module will be developed as what? Multiple project, and they will be registered or integrated in a common place. That's a decoupled. 20 services, 20 project, but they are interlinked through common place. Microservice is small service or small application. Micro means small. Service means project or application. Every small service module is developed as what? Separate project. Okay, this is monolith na? UI, all modules together, single VAR jar connecting to database. But here, service 1 having its own database, service 2 its own database, service 3 its own database, service 4 their own database, all are integrated to one special software called Eureka server, and every service is separate RESTful application. For all services together, common UI developed are not there, and this UI can be there in Angular, React JS kind of. This UI can be there in what? Angular, React JS kind of thing. Convinced or not, my dear? Come on, everyone. In RESTful web service, no registration services because they're identified and invoked through endpoints. In microservice architecture, services are developed as RESTful web service, but they will be registered in common registry to make them discoverable for other microservices. That common registry is nothing but what? Eureka server. That common registry is nothing but what, guys? Eureka server. Convinced or not, my dear? I want reply, guys. Say something, my dear. I want reply, boss. Convinced or not, I want reply. 10 services, 10 separate RESTful web service. Every RESTful web service is having its own database. Common UI for all services. These all services will be integrated through one common server called Eureka server. Okay. UI can be web application or mobile application, desktop application, IoT application. If it is web application, we can think about React JS kind of thing, Angular kind of. Mobile application, Android kind of thing, iOS. Desktop, it can be anything, right? The UI part. But right now, as of now, people are preferring what? Either React or Angular based UI. Convinced or not, guys? Every microservice will be developed as RESTful application or REST controller and will be placed in common registry or server to make it available for other microservice or client application. That is nothing but Eureka server are not there. Check it out. MS1, service 1 having its own database, service 2 its own database, 4 services, 4 different projects having their own respective database, common UI. But to make one service talking to another service, first of all the services should be placed in a common place. That common place is nothing but what? Eureka server. That common place is nothing but what? Eureka server. Are you getting my point there, guys? Yeah, that is disturbing a lot. Got it, guys? Advantages of what, guys? Microservice architecture. Advantages of what? Microservice architecture. Yeah. No need to stop other services or module if problem comes in certain module or service. This is good now, boss. Suppose 10 services means 10 projects. Problem is there in reward service. Why should I stop order service? Why should I stop search service? Definitely it's a good part or not there. Definitely it's a good advantage or not there, guys. Say something, my dear. Definitely it's going to be big advantage. What do you say? This indirectly gives so many other advantages. E-commerce application, bank application, never be down completely. They can escape from penalties given by government or not there. See, total project down, come on. Total project down, then headache, right? Total project, but only 1, 2 services down. That won't be considered as what total project is down, right, guys? Do you think that will be considered as total project is down, my dear? Never will be considered like that, right? Convinced or not, my dear? So in Singapore kind of country or any other strict countries, so since total project is not down, they don't charge any penalty for that, right? So that means this one advantage is going to give a lot of other benefits also. Need not to stop other services or module. If problem comes in certain module or what service, if rewards or feedback service is failed, it does not affect what? Other services like sales, orders, content, etc. Right? Need not to stop other services while updating or patching certain what? Service for betterment. Or I want to give better facilities in reward and service. Why should I stop order service? Why should I stop billing service? Why should I stop some other service, right? While developing, while developing any architecture-based project or application, we need to use what? MVC. Everywhere MVC layers will be there. MVC layers are common in what? Monolith, SOA, and what? Microservice. Okay, guys. Need not to stop all other services. We can use different technologies or languages to develop what? Different services or project application. I said, na, 100 services we found. But I have team for only 40 services to develop in Java. Remaining services I can happily develop in what? Python.NET by utilizing full programmers or not. Java team is busy, Python team is free. I can take Python people, I can give few services to develop or not there. Interesting or not, my dear? We can do horizontal scaling on each service as needed. If certain service like searching, cart, etc. are having more demand, we can create more instances for them by enabling what? Load balance. By simply literally enabling what? Load. I have given diagram now, boss. Search is having more demand. Search is a separate project now. I can create 10 instances of search. Not on whole project, on services we can create are not there. Super guys. That means what? Less memory, less CPU time, more service. Upgrading or migrating to new technologies in service is not complex. Quite easy compared to what? Monolith architecture. Quite easy compared to what? Monolith architecture. Are you getting my point there or not there? Quite easy compared to what? Monolith architecture. Everyone getting my point or not there, guys? Service downtime. What is that? Service downtime is less because we need to perform these activities on what? One service at a time. We need to perform these activities on what? One service at a time. Are you getting my point there or not there? Just now I said in Singapore kind of country, total project is not down. 1, 2 services are down. Fine. Government will not take loss. Come on. Total project down means it is a big problem for this one. 1, 2 services are down means it's a big punishment, right? And brand name also will not go. In India, SDFC server down for 3 days continuously. And that's why government has given serious statement. Next 3 years, you don't issue any credit cards because their credit card server is down continuously for 3 days. Penalty has come for SDFC Bank. Now they started offering credit cards. Earlier, they don't have any right to offer credit cards for 3 years. Government policies will be like that only. If those policies are not there, until they get the customer, they behave nicely. After getting the customer, they say a number of things are not there. So, service downtime while performing less because we need to perform these services on each service. Allows to place common things of multiple services, microservices in a common place like GitHub instead of placing them in every service or module. Okay, I'll explain this. Total 10 services are there. All of them are talking to same database. Okay, same database. So JDBC drivers are required in every service, every project. Instead of placing in every project's application.property file, you place in common GitHub, collect from everywhere, collect to every microservice. Na? So if you modify password there, it will reflect for all the microservices. Similarly, data JPA properties, security properties, all common properties we can place in a GitHub kind of place. They can be used in what? Multiple microservices are not there. They can be happily used in what? Multiple microservices are not there, guys. Is it not interesting, my dear? Come on. Is it not an interesting aspect, my dear? I want reply from you people, guys. Allows to place common things like multiple services in a common place like GitHub environment instead of placing them in what? Every service or what? Module. Super. Developing microservices using Spring Boot is very easy because most of the common things like DB setup, schema initialization, etc. can be configured to occur through what? Auto configuration of Spring Boot. Can be configured to occur through what? Auto configuration of Spring Boot. What do you say, guys? I'll put like this, guys. I have 200 projects, 200 services, right? In 200 services, I need a database connectivity. If I develop by using Spring or other than normal technology, 200 times I have to write database configuration logic. Na? But if I go for Spring Boot, in all 200 project data source coming automatically through auto configuration. Like this, so many auto configuration activities are there that will reduce burden on the programmer. Na? Especially it is very useful in microservice architecture. In microservice architecture, every service is a separate project. Like this, 200 projects are there. 200 times doing common things is very meaningless are not there. If they are coming automatically through auto configuration, I can definitely take max benefit of it or not there. I can definitely take max benefit of it or not there, guys. Convinced or not, my dear? Each microservice is one REST controller project, nothing but RESTful web service API. Nothing but RESTful web service API. Limitations of what? Microservice. Positive vibe is good, guys, but honeymoon period is over, introduction is over. Now we have to see negative side of marriage are not there. Initially, everything looks great, but what are the maximum problems we can face? For this one, I talked to multiple people. I used my own experience to tell the drawbacks of microservice, because in internet I did not find multiple drawbacks of internet microservice architecture. Everywhere positives only there. So I talked to one to my colleagues and my own experience. Out of that, I have formed this word limitation. So do I need to learn drawbacks of microservice now itself? Better to learn now itself. At least by keeping them in, we will do coding, right? Maintenance of the project is very complex because it generates multiple log file, contains multiple communication chain, and debugging code across the multiple services is very difficult. Now, the flow is there within the project, or flow is there across the multiple projects. Every microservice will have its own log file. Flow is across the multiple thing. Debugging is easy or difficult? Project to project flow we have to see, Babu. And multiple log files are there. One log file jump to other log file to understand the flow, right? Is it that much easy to go for debugging? Within the project, flow is very easy to find out. Across the multiple projects, flow is little different or not there. Complexity is there or not there. Are solving this problem only ELK stack has come. Anyone done DevOps with me? DevOps ELK stack, you understood? 20 microservices, 20 log file, but I want to see them in a single place. For that one, ELK stack is there or not there? Or we spend very good amount of quality time on that, right? Super good. Tell me next one. Needs a high-end infrastructure to maintain what? Multiple microservices. If you are going for cloud, we need to purchase or rent multiple things to deploy and manage what? These projects. We need to deploy and manage these projects. Nothing but multiple microservices are not there. Say something, my dear. Come on. Needs a high-end infrastructure to maintain multiple microservices. If we are going for cloud, we need to purchase or rent multiple things to deploy and manage these projects are not there. Multiple microservice, right? Okay. To deploy one project, one account. To deploy multiple project, multiple things are required or not there. Super, guys. TL developer cannot get complete control on project as the project contains multiple microservices implemented in different technologies. I said my own experience. I dealt with one project where 140 to 150 microservices are there. 60, 70 developed in Java, remaining developed in Python, .NET. Based on the availability of, tell me, is it really possible to get grip on that project, guys? There's another bad part with what? Microservice architecture are not there. Come on, guys. Knowledge on more tools, technologies, and processes required to work with microservice projects are not. Knowledge on more tools, technologies, and processes is required to work with microservice projects. Yeah, because so many third-party tools, design pattern, processes, you have to learn. Then only integration is possible, guys, right? Migrating monolithic project to microservice project is very complex. All are together to separate everything. Is it that much easy to migrate? To convert the existing monolith project to microservice project is that much easier, guys? Not at all easy. It's definitely going to be a complex one, right? Super. Testing is a bit difficult. Microservice is having dependency with what? Another micro. Definitely will be there. Are when debugging is testing is also very difficult, na boss? Okay, guys. Transaction management across the multiple microservices is very complex. Within the project, transaction management is okay, manageable. But across the multiple projects, you have to do transaction management. Do you think it is that much easy, guys? Do you really think that much easy? That much easy there? No. Global or distributed transaction management is required or not? Saga pattern is required or not required? What pattern, guys? Saga. Some special things are required. Within the database, do everything, nothing principle is easy. Across the multiple database software, we have to go for what? Do everything or nothing principle. Do you think that much easy, that one, guys? No. Okay, next one. Bounded context problem. What problem? Bounded context problem. Listen carefully. You have a big requirement. You want to go for microservice architecture. What is the boundary of each microservice? Deciding is very difficult. Huh? 140 services I am telling. But what is the boundary of each microservice? Each microservice should deal up to what extent? That is very challenging now, boss. Come on, my dear. Altogether, single project means no tension. Right? But now, all together, but for 140 projects. What is the boundary of up to where it should go? Up to where we should restrict that microservice? That's going to be very challenging and headache process are not there. See, entire work should be taken care by one fellow. No problem. No boundaries for him. Because he is whole and sole responsible. Multiple partners are there in the business. Everyone try to decide, you stay there, you stay there, you stay there. While fixing those boundaries, convincing the people is easier, difficult. Very difficult. Convincing the people is easier, very difficult. Definitely difficult, guys. No doubt in that. Convinced, my dear? Yeah. We generally use cloud environment to deploy and execute modern monolithic SOM microservice project. Working with cloud is nothing but taking the things on rental basis, using them for our requirement. AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, PCF, Rackspace, Salesforce, many things are there or not there. Okay. BFSI domain projects contains multiple microservices. BFSI, in which domain microservice architecture is popular means BFSI, banking, financial services and insurance. You take any bank project, they do bank operations. They also now entering into mutual funds and they are also offering insurance policies. So that's why that together is called BFSI domain. You take ICICI. ICICI doing banking operations. ICICI is having separate division for mutual funds and trading kind of thing. Come on. And ICICI is also having some insurance services. Come on, guys. So that's why. Can I say ICICI project is BFSI domain project or not? In that BFSI domain project, nowadays, there's a lot of demand for what? Microservice architecture. What architecture, guys? Microservice architecture. Yeah. What are the cloud services we have? PaaS, IaaS, and SaaS. Generally, cloud offer three services. PaaS, platform as a service, nothing but operating systems they provide. We can create virtual machine. In that virtual machine, operating systems will be taken or not there. Next is Infrastructure as service. While creating those virtual machines, we can choose good amount of hard disk memory, RAM memory. Come on, network services, come on. SaaS, software as services, nothing but. I want to work with the Tomcat, I want to work with Docker, I want to work with the Jenkins, I want to work with the SonarQube. Software services are required or not required, I guess. Definitely some services are required or not required. Yeah, they are this one. Cloud is generally promising what? Infrastructure as a service, RAM, HDD, network, CPU, racks. Racks means hard disk drives. Pass. Linux, Windows, Ubuntu, Mac, SaaS. Web server, application server, database software, mail server, JDBC driver, MQ services, JDK, Jenkins, Docker, and etc. Microservice architecture is a design whose application or projects can be implemented and developed in what? Spring Boot environment with the support of Spring Boot plus, Spring Boot Cloud plus, tools plus, lot of design patterns. Microservice architecture application is equal to Spring Boot REST application plus, design pattern plus, third party tools. What guys? Okay. Spring Cloud to develop and test the microservice architecture application or not there. To develop and test microservice architecture application, we can take the support of what guys? Okay. Microservice architecture are not there. We can develop MS architecture application in other domain, .NET, Python, JS, etc. But Java domain is best because it has got Spring Boot and Spring Boot cloud support. Develop microservice architecture effectively. Especially auto configuration feature is great feature or not there. Especially the auto configuration feature is what? Great feature or not there, guys. One, microservice architecture projects can be implemented in what? Mixed technology mode. What mode, guys? Mixed technology mode. Conclusion. Prefer using monolith architecture for small and medium scale Java application project, college website, university website. Prefer microservice architecture for large scale complex projects, guys. E-commerce, banking, financial services, and etc. Monolith architecture says develop different services as different module by combining them into what? Single unit or this one. It's like united family. It's like united family. For every couple, separate room, but all are under same house, right? Are you getting my point there, guys? SOA architecture says develop different services as different projects. Register them in what? Common UDI registry. And the consumer and producer application interacts with each other using XML global format. Like faculty, institute, student kind of environment are not there. Microservice architecture says develop different services as different project, integrate them using what? Third party tools and lots of design pattern. Here, the data exchange between application takes place either using what? XML format or what? JSON format. Either using what? XML format or what? JSON format. Are you getting my point there, guys? Because microservices are RESTful applications internally. It's like nuclear families belonging to same surname. Nuclear families belonging to same surname. One surname, 10 brothers are there, 10 different families, but they are interconnected somewhere. Everyone is different, but at the end, they are interconnected or not there. So that is nothing but what, guys? Microservice architecture. Convinced or not, my idea? So final conclusion is small projects, medium scale, monolith. Large scale, complex, this. SOA outdated nowadays. SOA outdated. Don't worry much about the SOA. I think now we got the proper platform of why microservice architecture is required. Generally, I waste time on introduction, but that is very important. Without that, if I directly getting into coding, you don't understand anything. At least now you have a reason to learn microservice architecture with a strong reason. Demand are not there. That's good. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. So, and the day after tomorrow, you don't have microservice class. Next class continuation will be on what? Next class continuation will be on what, guys? Recorded video not provided in our past video plays 515. Is for if you are there in what recordings plan, you will get the recordings automatically. Okay. But if you are not able to come to morning batch, then only you will get recording videos. I'm in the plan, but you did not get. Okay. Common topics you are talking. Common talking. Common topics. I'll talk to admin. I think some confusion is going on. No, common topics anyhow you will get. You are supposed to get. Are microservice just started, Nara? Microservice just started, right? See, those who are there in recording plan, you will get the recordings for 515 batch, 915 batch. Those who are not there and belong to 515, for them recordings will be given because you are not able to come in 9 a.m. No, I need both means not possible. Next class is what? Monday, same 9 o'clock. Same 9 o'clock, right? Yes. Okay, I'll look into the matter. Don't worry. That's good, guys. NIT portal accept wrong time join class. It shows at least class available. I already said no portal. Come to common topic. Missing class and doing dances. Why? From last 1 week. From last 1 week, I'm announcing. From last 10 days, I'm announcing. Okay, microservices will be conducted in common topics, right? Okay, next 2 days class is there for 9 a.m. people. That will be in your regular portal, regular narrating portal, not the common topics link. Monday onwards, again back to common topics. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super. Listen, listen. In your syllabus of narration, Kubernetes is not there. Personally, I said I will cover it, right? But don't demand it as if I have to cover it. Fine. Okay. Thank you. 1 minute. Let me upload the notes for batches.